when they made this Razor Alchemist switch for like a position 1 Razor, I was like, oh, how's this going to be able to make work? It's not like you're a natural Quelling Blade buyer, but you just have to have the Quelling Blade in this matchup whenever you're going up against a Nature's Prophet.
He might end up dying here. Yeah, Kaka, look at the damage they're going to be able to output. And this will continue to be the case, especially once they get levels as well. So, I mean, we do know Timbersaw is a hero that's able to other lanes while the resources a little bit low up top for the moment. Bottom lane, of course, we got Monet up against Beyond on the Primal Beast. Can be a very aggressive lane. We know the Gyrocopter, if he wants to max out the Rocket Barrage, there's a lot of kill potential. Monet currently going for the 0-1-1 though. Do we like this choice? As in fact, he's going to be in some danger with the use of the Inkswell to chase him down. They should have the damage required, although the missile is going to prove to be a bit of an issue, but it is not enough to stop them from getting the kill, as Picho still got to leap over the top, but Beyond has some stick charges to work with himself as well if he wants to pop it in the tree line, as Picho loses the vision, and now he might be succumbed to his own death as well. Ice has another round of spells up in a couple of seconds. Won't even need the Inkswell by the looks of it, but the Stroke of Fate, along with BL's round of spells, secures another kill for Team Zero. What a start for them.
Even gets fed another healing.
The Moonlight Shadow is able to drop a deep Observer Ward down as well, so they're not going to look to try and leave this area without this tower getting claimed.
Yeah. They have a relatively weak tower taking lineup, but siege creeps solve everything. They're just able to use that together. Arrow coming through. Wrath of Nature.
Pretty tanky.
Yeah,
he's going to try and turn around with the Pulverize. CTY is going to show up as well. They'll turn their attention over towards the Timbersaur's XXS. Fallen pretty low with another round of the roll. They'll hold him into place as Team Zero. They strike back. I think they're going to have some difficulty with Samel. He's out of Remnants though. Tries to go to the north for the T, but they're going to have to damage CTY. Orangey unable to get the right clicks off. Meanwhile, back towards the middle lane, though, they've completely isolated Ice. Even Monet moves on over as well to help secure the tower. So in the end, a great sequence of events for Aster. Yes, you lose XXS, but you get a 2-for-1 along with a valuable T1.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those instances where it was such a small little misplay from ZZQ. He ends up Tumblr's toying in, but takes like half of a backstep, and it means that he's not able to be in range to be able to land that unstable concoction onto the soulbinded targets. Look at XXS, he's feeling super confident just to be able to dive on in. He's got the Lotus Orb to be able to play with, doesn't pop it in time. They'll still be able to have enough to be able to take out that Earth Spirit. That's the thing, right? You've got to land every single one of those rolling boulders. Otherwise, you're just in such a dangerous position.
Beyond
Backstep as well.
Yeah, Biz in trouble as well. Another death and onto a core as well. Beyond, along with 70, really starting to fall behind in regards to the net worth graph, and it's just going to be up to CTY. It looks like this man top of the net worth, this Midas, along with the Manta.
Both supports don't deal that much right-click damage. It's really only the Gyro that you're having to be concerned about at this stage. And I feel like when you're playing this Primal Beast, Grimstroke, Earth Spirit combination, you need to be able to find pickoffs and go for kills. And you can't do that if you don't have towers to play with.
And look how much value they're getting out of this Observer Ward. They're still going to try and fight. It's a pretty good roll in from 70 with a double silence as well. They've been able to turn towards Samel, but the chain control that's lacking here from Team Zero. Going to be forced to just put all their attention over to Kaka. He's been separated from the team, but Aster actually thinking about going back in. It's going to be Samel to reinitiate with XXS nearby. Even Monet's going to be here with the chain damage flying in. He's got the ultimate, he's got the flat cannon as well, and Team Zero unable to sustain through it all as Monet, he's been farming up a storm, but now he's got some kills on the board as well. A triple for the Gyrocopter.
I mean, you just see...
Find an avenue into this game, because it is really starting to slip out of control as, again, this Observer Ward scouts out another smoke.
Yeah, they're going to be able to position themselves perfectly. Picho.
Awesome, Mail.
Yeah,
that's just so perfect. Arrow flies on through as well, clipping onto the Alchemist. They can chip him down from afar with the Chakram, and now they can turn over to the other heroes as well. A 70 tries to do whatever he can to make some space. CTY, he'll charge in the middle. He's got that static link onto Monet.
Yeah,
it's a decent start to the fight, but it's not going to matter in the end. The Magnetize does slowly tick him down, but like you said, without the BKB on CTY, he cannot run into the middle and tank through all the damage as Monet survives on a slither of health, and it's going to be a team wipe in the end.
Yeah, because the only one revealing on the other side of the map, but they might see that he still has teleport scrolls, so might think, okay, well, we finally have a fight where he's not able to instantly join in onto us. Maybe they can try and go for an outnumber.
I think it's too long of a wraparound, though. They're going to see no one on this high ground, and yeah, now they'll scan. Instant smoke from Aster. Gonna see the courier. It is a... I mean, that was their full Daedalus on the courier that they won't be able to kill off. And now look at the damage from Monet. Tears apart beyond. Ice dies on the side lane as well. Now CTY, you just picked up a BKB, but you now can't sustain through the physical damage as they're gonna call it. Aster completely obliterate Team Zero in this game one.
I mean, they just outplayed them. We were both feeling pretty confident about Team Zero's draft. It felt like there were a lot of good points to it, but they didn't keep up off, right? Like, you can have the greatest early game possible. You can get that early Spirit Vessel. You can, you know, get a Dagon, start building it up in that sort of way. But once BKBs come out, you're effectively a useless core. And that's the thing that I'm really looking to be a bit more concerned about. I mean, the plus side is that he can just start enabling XXS.
All right.
That's a good start.
CTY?
CTY?
I think he's just suiciding. He had nothing left in the regards to the resource department, so gets a kill in. Just gonna come back. Even ZZQ's making some stacks as well inside the jungle. That's also, I mean, we spoke about for the Coddle needing stacks, but even the Gyrocopter. I mean, that was one thing they did a great job of last game. Is Kaka finally see first rotation of the game top lane. They're going to try and slow down beyond with the early Tombstone use. Yeah, there's going to be no escape. Ice is nearby, but the overwhelming amount of damage is going to be too much for them to deal with. ZCQ still going to try and TP in. It's a pretty good fatal bonds as well, clipping onto all three heroes. So get the return kill onto Picho, but it is still the off laner that goes down.
Run MP. Ah, he just runs. Oh. No, he doesn't end up.
They're not going to be able to get the kill, though. A little bit too deep for the attempt with the dive. Sumail might be in some danger now with the ultimate expiring. 70 is going to be able to connect with the solar bind. Still, Pichu is off for the outskirts, pumping a decent amount of damage. And they've got Kaka with the Fate Bolt as well. If he pops out of the trees, they might be able to get the kill. Tolkien needs to drag back. They'll do just that as Sumail scurries inside the room here. He can now look to turn as well. Another round of the shield crash up in a couple of seconds, and Ice, he's got nowhere to run, so these three heroes, it'll take him a while. Kaka is going to be able to block off the path, and with flurry of spells, it'll help secure a double kill for Aster.
I was about to ask if XXS is okay, but they're not going to be able to land the kill onto him. No points in the rocket barrage, so they're not able to go.
He's going to make this hero even more viable, which is having a different couple of options in regards to some of your items. I'll hold that thought, because back inside the river, ZZQ, he'll steal the room, but of course it's going to cost him his own life, unfortunately. Sumail actually going to have some difficulty with the fresh health thanks to the Illuminate, so he has to stick around a little bit longer than he was hoping for to help bring him down, and as a result, Team Zero, we're going to be able to find a nice rebuttal. 70's even going to look over to Pichio, but he's not going to feel he has the damage to get that Undying kill if it's required of him.
Was under a ward though, so we can see Team Zero starting to group together a little bit. They kind of predict that this sort of thing is going on, but it's right underneath an Observer Ward, and if they could yoink away this stack, this would be enormous.
Maybe even get a kill as a result of this as well, as Monet is going to be able to fly over the top. They'll get beyond as well with the help of the Rolling Thunder. Let's see what 70 is going to be able to do to turn the tides. That's just not going to be enough. There's not even opportunities now. He might be in trouble. Monet, an aggressive waveform. Meanwhile, 70 does clip Kaka with a stray use of the Illuminate, but this stack is getting taken. It's not just... you see, as soon as some heroes show in the lane, Sumail starts to veer his attention over. Even Pichu is even starting to move on over as well, so these two heroes might just be able to get the kill on to Beyond. Sumail knows no fear, and there's nothing that's going to stop him inside the Rolling Thunder. It can poke him down from afar. And an easy retreat. Ice is going to try and dive into the middle. They've got the ultimates in conjunction together, but it might not be enough. The cooldown's going to act as a deterrent, so Monate's not going to be able to deal with the Supernova. Maybe it's a fight that they've been waiting for out of Team Zeros. Now with the Vessel out onto Monet, it's a lot of AoE damage, but it's not enough. Monet waveforms out to safety.
That's actually going to benefit the Morphling a little bit more. So Butterfly, same sort of thing. BKB, I don't hate, right? It's going to allow him to take fights a lot more easily. It means that the Rubik, the Undying, honestly, even the Pango and Underlord, not doing all that much for him. So I think he needs his damage, he needs the farming output, but he also needs to be able to contribute to a lot of these fights without worrying what Morphling's going to be able to do to him.
Oh.
First duel,
Awkward Jewel and Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
And they're actually coming in on Aster. XXS going to move in through the rift. Even Pichio's going to swing on over from the north. This is not the fight they were hoping for from Team Zero, especially when they started with the pickoff onto the Phoenix. So again, it's the Sunray heal is just not going to be enough. They can go through the extra health that they're going to be working on. It's a pretty decent Supernova up to the higher ground. CTY, he's still alive. He'll be able to reposition him down towards the tier 2 tower. Samael's gone further in as well, but the shield crash, it's going to further protect him with all the absorption. There's nothing to fear now. The first round of spells is all they had on Team Zero, and once they're over with, Aster, they can continue to chase as Kaka jumps deep behind the tier 2. Beyond was looking for an opening with a jewel, but that is going to be stopped short. And now 70 as well. It'll be off the mark with a swashbuckle, maybe actually using to try and escape instead. So, I mean, that's crazy.
So tanky. Top of the net worth still. And with how active he's been, is actually kind of nuts. 17 out of the 20 kills so far. And he realizes the most important hero to be able to lock down. It is that Phoenix.
And they'll get him. Even with the use of the pressed attack, it's not going to be enough. He does have a buyback out of Ice. Supernova's still down for another 35 seconds, though. But, I mean, how are you killing any of the cores?
You're not. They're all
they're going to try, actually. This is looking decent. A lot of damage, but there's the Tombstone. Pichio with a save once again. They're still going to be able to get the stun once the Tombstone dies. A decent amount of damage out of CTY, but Samael Satanic repairs all the damage. Monate stands strong. And yes, you've got some buybacks, but if you look to rejoin the game, you're not going to have any abilities to look to work with. Ice will be able to burn down Kaka. Still, they're holding on to their barracks as well, as Monate's actually going to look to go through the rift with 8 seconds still remaining.
Just gets a Fountain Regen HP to be able to play with. And then when that's gone, Satanic. And then he's also got an Elven Tunic for some mischance. And he's got some protection with the Lincoln Sphere. And he's got an Underlord to keep him healthy. What more could a man need? Oh, quick fingers. Oh, a little early, though, on the press the attack.
And they're quick to get to top, though. Monate through the Twin Gate. They're even going to smoke as well. I think they saw 70 leave the base for the Wisdom Rune. They might be able to get him if he runs back through the lane, and yep, that's going to be the case. Oh, he popped PKP!
Yeah, I mean, he had to try. I guess he had buyback, so maybe he didn't, but I mean, look at CCQ just trying to push in the mid lane with the upheaval shard.
And there was no rebuttal from Team Zero.
Multiple rockets coming into them as well. Didn't even need to go the Aghanims on Monet. Didn't need it. Him did not end up going late enough. He's just looking to use the regular flat cannon to be able to do the damage into this. They're going to try and pop everything, but again, this is the Aegis.
Yeah, and they won't even go through the Aegis as well. Monate's going to be able to sustain through it all, and they're going to turn. Supernova's expended along with the rock. Monet should be able to deal with the egg with ease, and that's going to result in a successful series going the way of Aster once they deal with CTY. That's an ultra kill for Monet. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get the Rampage to celebrate, but they will be happy with knocking Team Zero down to the lower bracket.